This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, thank you. So, so this is our course syllabus, which we are going to discuss, like what is performance testing and why it is required, and performance testing life cycle. So almost we covered many things yesterday, but let me repeat it one more time uh, for the newcomers. So what is performance testing? So we have seen yesterday the definition. So why we are using it to check the application performance and how it is responding while the huge user load coming to the picture. So as we discussed yesterday, we have multiple types of test under the performance testing. The first one is load testing, stress or endurance or soak testing, spike testing, and VPT volume performance testing. So, and the JMeter will support multiple protocols like HTTP, HTTPS, JDBC, TCP, many protocols. We'll discuss soon. Okay, and we can do the performance testing, uh, the multiple the kind of application, type of application like web application, mobile application, and API load testing. And we can do one more thing, database load testing. So we can do multiple types of test in the under the performance testing. Okay. So performance testing versus functional testing. So functional testing, as we discussed earlier, so once the application is ready, so once the developer develop the code and they will check in the code into the GitHub, the DevOps engineer will create a pipeline. He will deploy the code into any of the cloud like GCP, AWS, and Azure cloud. So once it is done, first a functional testing, like a manual tester will check the application manually. Let me show you a demo application which is available in the internet. So he will check each and every field, whether the application is reacting properly, whether if I give a wrong username, wrong password, whether I'm able to log in the application or not. That is we call it as a functional testing. That is we call it a functional testing. Means functionally they will check each and everything. But performance testing is non-functional testing. Performance testing is non-functional testing means we are not uh, doing any manual work here. We'll create a script with the multiple flows, multiple scenarios, and we execute the load test. So this is the difference between the performance testing versus functional testing. So business impact. So if I release an application into the production without knowing my server capacity, so definitely like my expectation is 500 users, but my application is supporting till 200, 250 users. Definitely that will be a loss, business loss. So that's why we need to make sure whether our application is performing with the expected user load. Okay. So in this course, I'll show you that the real-time scenarios and reporting and what kind of documents we need to gather before we start the performance testing. Okay. So this we covered yesterday and we just recapped it, and performance testing life cycle. Okay, as I told you, right? Once the application is available, once the manual testing is done, once the automated testing is done, finally we need to take care the application. Okay, first requirement gathering. Let's tell me like the kind of story. Okay, suppose for example, I'm working in a company. My manager called me and asked me, hey Naveen, you need to perform uh, the performance load testing on one web application. Let's think we have multiple domains, right? Domains means e-commerce. Domains. E-commerce means Amazon, Flipkart, some like Myntra, uh, all these are e-commerce, and insurance, insurance domain. Like we have LIC insurance and Star Health insurance and ICICI insurance, HDFC insurance. We have multiple domains. And next one is banking domain. Okay. We have banking domain. So as we know, the banking domains means ICICI, HDFC, Amex, and some other banking domains. Same like that, we have construction domains. We have construction domain. In my experience, I've worked on only one construction domain, which is called in8, in8, which is American construction company. Let me, I will tell you each and every domain, like what we will do. And apart from that, so these are the domains which currently we are dealing with in the real-time world. So apart from this, we have multiple domains that we will discuss later. So first, once I get a call from a manager, he told me that, hey Navin, we got the performance testing application. We need to perform the load testing on that application. First of all, what kind of questions I need to ask my manager or the application owner? First, requirement gathering. So what domain it is? So this is the interview important question. So when you go with the 3+ or 4+ experience, definitely you'll get this kind of questions. So that's why please note it down. While giving the sessions, I'll tell you that what are the interview questions so that you'll be ready for that. So what domain it is? Okay. The second one is what language they have used. What language they have used to develop the application, whether it is Java, Python. We don't need to do anything with the language, but it's just the basic thing to know from our the application team. Okay, .NET. And after that, I need to ask the third question is what cloud they have used, or okay, what cloud they have used. What clouds we have? AWS, Azure, GCP. So if they are using, for example, Azure cloud, okay, if they're using Azure cloud, on which location they have deployed our application. Some few application owners will deploy their application in US, Africa, Australia, India, any location. We need to know the application, the location. Okay. And the fifth one is what kind of deployment they have used. Deployment, don't confuse about that. I will show you that how to deploy the web application using Azure Cloud in the real time. So once we start our JMeter basics, once we finish it, and I will show you how to create a pipeline, how to deploy it, and how to see them in the monitoring tool so that you will get the end-to-end application lifecycle. Okay, forget about the deployment as of now. I'll use this terminology. Okay, and what deployment they have used? Deployments we have web apps, means static web apps we have, and we have Kubernetes. Kubernetes. So this is a very important question, guys. Don't forget that. Definitely you will get this question when you go with the 4+ or 5+ years experience, below 5+ years experience. So definitely you'll get this question. So what kind of requirement you'll gather once you get the performance testing project? So you need to make sure you have to say all these things. Okay. So these are the requirement gathering. So once we gather all the requirement, we sit with the manual testers, DevOps engineers, developers. We'll have one. We'll have many meetings with these three guys. to get to know that how many in-scope scenarios we have. How many in-scope scenarios? Scenario nothing but suppose for example, like I'm doing a project on ICICI banking web application. So simply my manager asked me funds transfer scenario. That's it. But he didn't give me any flows and all. So immediately what you have to understand, funds transfer means first launch the web application, log in the web application, click on funds transfer, select payee and enter amount, enter OTP, click send and finally log out. So totally we have 8 steps. These 8 steps we call it as a scenario or test case. In our testing terminology, scenario or test case, we'll use these terminologies. Okay. So how many scenarios we have in scope? Suppose, for example, I have very big web application. It contains more than 400 to 500 scenarios, many multiple steps. So all these scenarios are eligible for performance testing? No. Only we have to select or the manual testers club, the application owner will decide what are the in-scope scenarios, which are very impactable scenarios for the end user. Okay, end user. End user means we, us. Okay, how many in-scope scenarios we have? The second one is which environment is available for perf testing. Okay, and third one is test data. Suppose, for example, you got some insurance web application and your client asking you to execute 100 users load test, but you need 100 unique usernames and passwords. 100 usernames and password you need. That we call it as a test data. Okay. Suppose, for example, launch a insurance web application, log in, search for the claim number. Definitely we take insurance, right? Insurance or policy number. Okay. So if I want to know about my policy number, I have to enter my policy number into the policy number field, click search. Okay. So who will provide those policy number for 100 users load test? Okay. Only client or other developers has to provide these test data. Test data means usernames, passwords, some policy number or claim number. We call it as a test data. So we need to gather all this requirement. Okay. And the fourth one is what are the time estimations? Time estimations. When we need to finish this work, when we need to perform the load test execution. So we have many terminologies, guys, in the software industry. As you know, I think few of the people working on IT, we have sprints and we have the quarterly uh, working and half year working. We have multiple things we will discuss about sprints and all. So they will tell us, okay, we have to finish this work in next month end. And we need to finish the load test execution, generate the reports by next month end. They will give some kind of estimations. So based on the estimations, we need to start working on that. Okay. So these are the basic. These are the basic. We talk with the manager and we use some words. But once it is done, after that officially, these are the unofficial conversation or just basic conversation with our manager or development. But officially, as a performance tester or as a performance engineer, you need to create three very important documents. Note this, guys. This is a second important question in performance testing. Means second interview question. So, what kind of documents we need to prepare before executing, before creating a load test scenarios? The first one is test plan document. Test plan document. What it contains? A test plan document contains like how many scenarios list, and estimations when we need to finish, and URLs, and team size, and who are the manager, developer, DevOps engineer. We'll get all this information. How many environments we have? Environment means QA, QA1, SPTE, staging. We have multiple environments. It contains all the information. Who is the point of contact? So when we stuck with the test data, lack of test data, whom we need to contact. It contains all the things in the test plan document. Okay, test plan document. After that, basically, the product owner team or managers will provide this test plan document. We no need to prepare it 95%, but based on the test plan document, you need to create by your own hands, like test a strategy document. Test a strategy document, you need to prepare it based on this test plan document input. First, you need to fill how many in scope scenarios we have, how many perf testers are working, how many perf testers are working, estimations when we need to finish this. Means estimations means, suppose for example, you got a 10 scenarios. You need to finish it in this month and you have 30 days only. Okay. But some few scenarios are complicated scenarios, some few are very the basic small scenarios. Based on that, you have to give the estimations. Okay. The first scenario, it's very big one. I need 3 or 4 pointers. In the IT industry, pointers means 1 day. Simply, you can ask, I need a 3 pointers to create the scenario, means 3 days. And based on that, we will give estimations and we will work accordingly. Okay. After that, after that, reports. What kind of reports the client is expecting from us? First of all, what he wants. Average response time of the transaction or request or server utilizations. We call it as a metric simply. As we discussed earlier, right? Client side and server side metrics. First, we need to uh, uh, write it, all these things in test strategy document. Okay, what things client expecting from us. So all this contains the test data. After that, and the final document is workload modeling. Workload modeling document. Okay, what this document contains. I will show you guys, don't worry. I will show you the real time test plan document, test strategy document, workload modeling document in the future sessions. But this is for your just understanding purpose. I'm telling you that. Okay, workload doc, what it contains. Based on the manager or product owner or developer inputs, based on the test plan document inputs, we need to we need to give them suggestions like what kind of load testing required, means what kind of test required in the performance testing, whether he wants load testing, spike testing, endurance testing, VPT testing. So we have to decide. No one will tell you that what kind of test you have to perform and what kind of reports you have to perform. No one will tell you. As a performance tester or engineer, you need to decide and you have to give the suggestions to the your entire team. The people will listen your words. People will listen to your words. So here, what type of test? It can be load, spike, endurance, VPT. Okay. So how many users we need to give for the load testing, and what are the ramp up time, and what are the loop count, what are the duration we need to give. Only you have to decide. No one will help you in the IT field in the performance testing. If you have a team leads, if you have a performance managers, they will tell you. But as soon as possible, you have to learn These three things. Once you learn the requirement gathering, the document creation, once you learn these things, definitely you'll get to know 30% of the performance testing, right? So these are the very main important interview questions. What kind of requirement you'll gather, and whom you need to contact once you get the performance testing project, and what kind of documents you need to prepare once you get the all the requirements. These are you have to explain it. Okay, you have to explain it in the interview. Okay, that is one thing. Requirement gathering is done. Test planning and strategy we discussed. Environment setup. We no need to set up the environment. See, the developers or DevOps engineer will give you the one environment. Environment means, suppose, for example, uh, let me talk about a LIC insurance domain. Okay, www dot. If it is prod means production. Prod means production. Who will use the prod? We are using the live application. IRCTC, Amazon.in, Flipkart, Myntra, and all are production environments. Simply you're opening a web application, web browser, Google Chrome, you're just clicking www.google.com or hdfc.com, whatever. Those are the production. Who will use? End users means we. We are using. But before prod, so many things will be happen before prod. As I told you, right? Developer will develop the code. DevOps engineer deploy the application in any cloud. With let's take an Azure an example, and how we will deploy. What are the let's think what are the prod application? HTTPS protocol, HTTPS, some say LAC.com, LAC.com. This is a production. Let's think. Okay, but you should not execute the load test directly in the production. You don't have any permissions. You should not touch it. It will be very violence in our performance testing. Don't touch any production environment. But instead of that, they will give you few environments. Means if it is QA, we are QS, quality assurance. QS can be manual testers, automation testers, performance testers. Quality assurance. Quality assurance. Okay, so they will give us same like that, but with the URL change. lic.com -qa. They'll give you like this. It is equal to the same prod application only. It looks like same production application configuration, but you need to perform a load testing on the lower environments. Okay. So how it will be happen in my organization? I'm telling you my personal experience. For us, we have a perf environment only for the performance testing activities. Okay. This is the perf environment. And for the manual testers, they have a QA environment. We call it as environments. They have a QA environment. For the automation testers, they have a SPTE environment. We can call it as many names, SPTE environment. How it will look like this? SPTE. So everyone has a individually there has their own environment. So no one should not touch some other environments. This is especially only for the perf environment, load test execution and report generation. So environmental setup. This setup will be done by developer and DevOps engineers. You no need to touch anything. You no need to set up a environment anything. Okay, that is one thing. Test scripts creation we are going to start in next few minutes. Okay, execution and monitoring and analysis and reporting. Introduction to JMeter. Okay, this we'll discuss later. So as we discussed earlier, Apache JMeter is a very famous open source pure Java tool, and it can support multiple protocols, and we can create multiple types of reports. Okay, and architecture overview, and so these are the advantages as I shown you earlier. Again, I'm showing you. Okay, now how does the JMeter work? So yesterday we prepared one Google request, right, in the JMeter tool. Same like that, we will create a request. We will send a request to the targeted server, like a Google server, and Google server will give us some response, and JMeter will take that response. It will calculate it. What are the response time the Google is responding? So that we will discuss in next few minutes. Okay. So this is the JMeter workflow. So when you want to do a load test, okay, 100 users sitting and they are hitting application at the same time, that is not possible. So that's why how the JMeter will do. JMeter will simulate the virtual users. Virtual means we'll create a virtual users in the JMeter. So like let's think 100 or 500 users. All the 100 or 500 users will hit the server at the same time. Will hit the server at the same time. So server has to give some response, right? Server has to give some response. So what JMeter will do, JMeter save all those responses and it will calculate. So when I sent a request to the Google server, when I got the response, the JMeter automatically will calculate this statical info, and it will show us the response times and all, as I shown you earlier. So this is the JMeter workflow actually. So let's get started, and how to set up our JMeter and what kind of softwares we need to install to set up JMeter in your local machine. Okay. First, as I told you that it's a pure Java tool. It's a pure Java tool. Without Java, JMeter won't work. Without Java, JMeter won't work. First, if you want to know whether you have a Java installed or not, open your command line. Open your command line. Just type Java version. So mine is Java JDK 23. Already I have installed. Just check it from your side and tell me what version you have. Am I audible, guys? Please, anyone respond?
Yes. You're audible.
You're audible.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thanks so much. So first, you need to install the Java. Okay. So go to the Google, type Java JDK download, enter, open the first link. Open the first link. So again, just want to tell you that I just want to tell you that in the Java we have a two types of versions. Okay, like not versions, types, JRE and JDK. What is JRE? Java Runtime Environment. Java Runtime Environment. What is JDK? Java Development Kit. Okay, when you want to run any Java program, not program, suppose for example you have installed a VLC media player. Let's think VLC media player you have installed, but unfortunately that requires Java to run. Definitely you need to install JRE, runtime environment. But here what we are doing, guys, in the performance testing, we are going to developing a scripts. We are going to execute the load test. We are going to modify the code in our JMeter. So what you have to install here? Java Development Kit, JDK. You have to install it. So that's why go to the Google, go to the Google, and search for the Java JDK download. Here you have a multiple, of four types we have. This is the latest version. Do not install it, which is in what we say it beta mode. Still, if you have identify any bugs, they will rectify it. And JDK 21 and JDK 24, all this we have multiple versions. Okay, so I would suggest you to download or install JDK 21, or if you want a LTS long term support, if you want to install, simply you can download and install Java JDK 17, which is a very good for us the scripting and all. You need to download and install it. Okay. So here I'm just sending you the download link in the chat box. Save it. Okay. So once you come to this page, you need to choose your OS version. If you're using Mac OS, you have to select this version. If you're using Windows, you have to download this. Okay, anything you can download it, or installer or MS installer, anything you can download it. Okay, Windows Accent is 64-bit. Anyways, already we are using all we are using 64-bit. Just click it. If you click it, if you click it, the 154 MB file will be downloaded. JDK 17. I would suggest you that. Okay, guys, please, if you have any small question also, please stop me and ask me the questions. Okay, don't forget that. Okay, once it is done, just double click on it, and install it. Okay, already have installed in my system, so that's why I'm not installing it. Just double click it and install it. So once you successfully install your JDK 17 in your laptop machine desktop, first go to your C drive, go to program files. In the program files folder, you have a Java folder. Okay. Once you're done with the installation, you'll get this folder. I have installed JDK 23, but you can install JDK 23 or JDK 17. If you install the JDK 17, you will see JDK 17 folder here. Go to inside the folder, go to bin folder, copy this path, copy this path. First, you need to set the environmental variables in your local machine. Copy this path. Now go to click start and search for the environmental edit environmental variables for your system. Okay. So immediately you'll get this pop-up. Okay. Here first go to paths. Here you have a paths. This is only one time, guys. Don't worry about that. This is only for one time. You don't need to do this for every time. Okay. Let me do a account. Just a minute. Environmental variables. Yeah, environmental variables. Okay. Click environmental variables. Search environmental variables, not for your account. Edit the system environmental variables. You need to click it. Once you click it, this pop-up will come. Just click on environmental variables and go to paths. Go to path. Just double click on it, and you have to paste it to the path, the Java bin folder path in the path section for system variables, not for the user variables. For system variables, you need to paste it. So once it is done, here you need to create one more called Java underscore home. You need to set the Java home path, we call it. Okay. In my case, I already have created Java home path here. But till where you have to copy? Till main folder only. Don't give the bin folder path. Okay. Just a minute. Don't give the bin folder path. Just for Java home path, copy this path and paste it here and click save it. That's it. So once you do all these changes, then only you can see your Java version in your command line mode. Without setting environmental variables, will not be able to see the what Java version we have. First, you need to make sure. Okay. Once the Java installation done, just close the window. Now we are going to download the JMeter tool. Okay. Simply you can search in the Google JMeter download. Just click, just enter it. A very first website, you have to click it. Okay. So here we have Apache JMeter current version is 5.6.3 and it requires Java 8 plus. It requires Java 8 plus version. It won't support below Java 8 versions. So that's why I told you to download install Java JDK 17 or 23, any version you can install it in your machine. So when you download and install below Java version, JMeter won't work. Okay. So here we have a binary JMeter. We have a source JMeter. What are the source or binary? Okay. So binary means generally we will download the JMeter and after that we'll use for the performance testing, scripting activities and all. But when it's come to the source, means it developers or some automation engineers, some developers will use this source. Means when you want to customize your JMeter, when you want to add the new logos, new plugins, and new things, when you want to customize, you can download your source code. Okay, so when you don't want to download any customization, and simply you can download binaries. So 99.99% performance testers and engineers downloads binaries only. Okay, binaries only. Now we are going to download binary. But here you can see the two JMeters. So what JMeter I have to download? Here .zip is for Windows machine and .tzz. .zip is a format of Windows. Can support zip format. .tzz means tar file, .tar, which is supported by Linux machine. Which is supportable Linux. So when you want to use a JMeter in your Linux machine, just download this. So when you want to use the JMeter in your Windows machine, simply click on it. So it is just 86.4 MB if it is zipping format. Okay, zipping format. Any questions as of now?
Can you please
Rahul,
mention
Aishwarya?
can you please mention all links in Notepad
Yes,
or
yes, sir. Yes, Rahul. I'll
worries?
send each and every link in your chat. Okay, our the call chart. You can download it, or simply you can search it on Google JMeter download or Java JDK 17 download. Okay, just copy paste into your notepad and for the reference. Okay, now I have downloaded it. I have downloaded it. So what are the size of this? 86.4 MB, which is zip format, and you have to extract this. You want to extract this. Here only I want to extract. When I try to extract, it is a 143, 144 MB file. Let it be extracted. So apart from this, any questions, guys, please? Rahul, Aishwarya, Bharadwaj, Dinesh, Geetika, KA.
Yes, regarding SDLC, uh,
Sorry,
how do we write the test in which the phase?
sorry, Rahul, can you come again? I didn't get you.
Regarding SDLC in previous session, so how do we write the test cases in which phases? Like
That I'll explain you. Okay. So still we are in just we discussed about just only 1%. Okay, remaining 99% you will get to know what are the test cases, how do you write, and what kind of information you gather. Don't worry about that. I'll take care each and everything. Okay, Rahul.
Okay.
We haven't started the test cases and all. Just I'm telling you for this session how to download and install JDK, all this in setup only, not for the scripting. It is
Oh,
taking
Naveen,
time. Yeah, Dinesh.
actually, when I try to download the JMeter, it's not downloading. It's going to next tab and it's showing the just to 20 numbers like that.
Just I sent you one more link. Just try to download that link. Click that link.
Okay.
Guys, please do parallelly. I'm requesting you. Please do parallelly. Then only we'll get to know. Or just note it down everything. Once our session is done, you can do after our session.
Oh, yeah, it's downloaded.
I do have a doubt. I should.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yeah.
Vidya.
So which OS is preferable for performance testing? I mean, is it a Linux or Windows one?
Let me tell you. Okay. I'm creating my JMeter testing, the JMeter scripts in my Windows machine, but the client will decide you. Client will decide where you need to execute the load test. Okay. If client give you a mission to execute the load test, whether it can be Linux or Windows machine, you need to move your script into that mission. There you need to execute it. But mostly 95% you'll do execute your load test in the Windows machine only. But in my company, in my case, I'm creating my scripts in my local Windows machine. After that, I'm executing those scripts on my Linux terminal, my Linux machine. I will show you in future sessions how to execute the script in Linux session also. Is it fine, madam?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sure, sure. Done.
Thank you, madam.
So it's
Yeah, Dinesh,
completely based on the client requirement, right?
each and everything will
Um,
be decided by the client.
Client, okay. But
Yes,
if
he
they
will.
ask us the suggestion, then we can provide whether we can do it in Linux as well as we can do it in Windows. Both are preferable, right?
Both are preferable, madam. Both are preferable.
Okay,
But
done.
we
Done.
need, see, and one more thing, guys, I forgot to tell you that.
Mhm.
So, a manual tester, a automation tester have 8 GB RAM and so 500 MB ROM memory. But definitely, performance tester needs a RAM more than 16 GB. Don't forget that. If you get 8 GB RAM for your performance testing activities, simply you can go and ask your IT team, hey, I'm a performance tester. I need to apply the load on the multiple scenarios. This 8 GB RAM won't, it will not enough for us. Can you please give me more than 16 GB? Definitely they will give you. Because of when we start our load test execution, the JMeter will occupy the system resources like our system RAM, okay, system memory, it will utilize it. So definitely, if you see my screen, right click on your here, open task manager. Here you can see the task manager, right? This is your task manager. When you click when you click the performance tab here, see what is my CPU utilization of my laptop, which is 17% only because of I'm just using with the minimal operations. But when you start the load test execution in the same machine, it will be go to till more than 50 to 60%. So that's why we need to make sure a powerful Windows machine to perform our scripting activities and performance execution activities. Okay, and this is my CPU. This is my CPU, 2.3 gigahertz CPU, and I have 10 cores and 16 processors. So mine is gaming laptop, so that's why this is very high configuration. And the RAM is RAM is 16 GB RAM, 16.7 GB RAM committed. Okay, so how much it is utilizing? Just 56% is only. But when you open any software, definitely the software will use the RAM size. Okay, so that's why you need to make sure you have to ask high configuration missions when you join the new company. Okay, madam.
Yeah, it's clear. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. So Dinesh, you're about to ask some question.
No, it's actually downloaded.
Yeah. I will call each and every person once I'm done with my session. Simply I will ask, did you understand? If you if you have 1% confusion, then again for that person, particularly for that person, I'll take next 15 minutes or 20-minute session. My aim is to teach you A to Z in performance testing. That's it. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. So I think Rahul, are you able to download the JMeter with that link?
JMeter. I'm trying.
Okay, then. I don't want to waste the time. We have 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Once the session is done, remaining people can leave the call and you be in the call, share your screen and ask me the questions. I will solve that issue. Is it fine, Rahul?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you, ma'am.
Actually, click on Apache JMeter. So it is downloading.
Yes. Okay, and okay. So I have unzipped my JMeter 5.6.3 latest version. Okay, and let me show you guys one more thing. The latest version is 5.6.3, but still some few companies are preferring older versions only. But where you can download your older JMeter versions. Just a minute. Here you have Apache JMeter archives, right? Apache JMeter archives. Just click this archive. What what kind of JMeter we need to download? Binaries, not source. Click source. See here. Here you can see the JMeter version from 2.102 5.6.3 version. Very older versions also you can download it based on your organization uh, the decisions. But it's better always to use the latest version only. Okay, latest version only. So now we have downloaded the JMeter, and let me explain you the folder structure inside the JMeter. Okay, the folder structure. Okay. So these are the folders and files we have inside the JMeter. Okay. First, licenses. Here we have some the kind of support files, the licenses and all. Okay. License. So when they created and who created and this kind of data you'll have. You can edit with the notepad. This is the notepad. See, this is the license. Who created this plugin and what is the use of that? So all the license related, you have this information. Okay, go back and we'll discuss about bin later. Okay, this is fine, very important. And lib means library. A library contains all the supported jar files, jar, Java jar files. As I told you, JMeter is a pure Java tool. It supports only jar files. So, so when you want, yesterday we have opened one HTTP request, right? One HTTP request. For that HTTP request also, you need one jar, HTTP client, HTTP core, all these things. So all this jar contains the jar, these are the supported. If you miss any of the jar file, you cannot open that particular element or sometimes you cannot open the JMeter also. So make sure do not delete anything inside this. And extension, extension means when you want to install any external plugins, you need to download the jar files from the internet, place it here and restart the JMeter, and you will be able to see the latest plugins. I'll show you that how to install the plugins and all. Okay. So this is our library folder. Extras means the proxy related, some recorded related, and the architecture kind of. We'll have some extra files here. You no need to bother about this folder structure and all. But this is the major fourth important interview question. Definitely he will ask you how many types of folders we have inside the JMeter and what is the purpose of that, what it contains. Definitely they will ask you direct question and you have to explain licenses, bin folder, extras, all these things you have to explain. And docs, supported documents. What are the supported documents we have? And if you click here, you will get the support kind of documents. Like for opening the JMeter, you need some the support image, right? So the JMeter will call from here. The JMeter will call from here. Support images and all. Printable docs, it's just kind of guidance. So when you stuck somewhere, like how to build it and how to use the particular element, what are the versions, you will have this type of the support files. But you no need to bother about all these folders. You have to take care about only bin folder and lib folder. You can leave the remaining folders and all. That's it. Bin folder. Build folder contains our major property files, all these things. And no one will ask you what is bean shell sampler.bshrc. That kind of, you will not get that kind of interview questions. Simply, here we have JMeter Windows batch file. Windows batch file. If you check the properties .bat batch file jmeter.bat. So you need to open, you need to double click this file. Immediately one command line will be open here. Just minimize it, don't close it. If you close it, JMeter also will be closed. And do not close it. So parallelly, one command line will be open. After command line, your JMeter will be open. So this is the JMeter. If people are not able to see the JMeter size, go to options. I will explain about all these options, but go to options, zoom in, zoom in. Are you able to see my JMeter bigger size? Zoom in. Okay. So this is the brief about the installation. That's it. Say one more thing. I'll tell you that we haven't installed JMeter software. JMeter is not software. Java JDK is a software. We have installed it in our system. But here simply we are running one batch file. That's it. You haven't installed it. Once you run this batch file, immediately one pop-up, one JMeter GUI, graphical user interface will be opened. That's it. Right? So once you're done with all the scripting activities, simply you can close it. That's it. Okay. Any questions, guys? Any questions? Let me ask you, Rahul, do you have any
Yes,
questions?
actually, I install download JMeter, but exe file is not available in folder. So how to install?
EXE, what EXE folder? Java JDK EXE, na?
Yeah, JMeter. Yes.
In the JMeter, it is not a software to install. Simply go to the bin folder,
Okay.
and here you have a jmeter.batch file, Windows batch file. Once you go to the properties, here you can see .bat file. Okay, .bat file. You have to double click on it. Okay, Rahul?
Which one? Minute.
Just try
Okay.
it once. Meanwhile, I'll ask some few questions.
Okay.
Aishwarya ma'am, do you have any questions?
No, sir, it's great.
Thank you. Bardwaz?
After the session, I will download.
Yeah, sure, man. Dinesh?
Actually, like when I try to open the Windows Bash file, it's showing it cannot fetch the JMeter server file. It's showing error in that command window. Actually,
Yeah, you, Dinesh and Rahul be in the call once we done with the sessions, okay? Be in
yeah.
the call. And K. Mongino? Sorry if I pronounced wrong. K.
Yes, I am. This is my first day, so I'll need to kind of go over uh, the first day of. I guess there was the first day of. I guess of the demo.
Okay.
So I've yet to download anything yet. But it appears that this is strictly on performance testing, not necessarily on JMeter, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I will.
So yeah, you also be in the call once we're done with the session. Okay. Be in the call. I'll
All
help you
right.
people. I'll
Okay.
talk to you, man. Uh,
Okay.
Cyrus?
No, sir, no doubt.
Yeah. Sangamesh?
Yeah, hi, Naveen. Good evening. I
Yes,
have one
Sangamesh.
question. Actually, you told it's required 16 GB RAM, right?
No. So for the
But
performance testing and execution activities, you need a powerful RAM and ROM sizes. But for the practice purpose, you can play with your existing system.
okay, 6
Anyways, when
GB,
you, yeah,
6
6
GB
GB,
fine.
6 GB is enough. But when you start execution with the 100 users, the 6 GB is won't enough. The system will be stuck.
Okay,
Okay?
and one more doubt.
Yes, Sangamesh.
Actually, I have an office laptop. Okay, in that only I have already installed JMeter. We can
Hmm.
practice there also, or we can practice in
Yes,
our
yes, yes, yes. Absolutely. You can practice there.
we can practice in office laptop also. That is okay, right?
Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Already JMeter I installed in my office laptop, so that's why.
So that's why I keep on
I
telling
have
you.
already no in my project actually I am working on functional tester. Okay, in that same project I have that performance also may have actually. I'm planning to move performance, so that's why I joined this course. That's also possible, right? I will.
Yes, yes, 100% possible. Just talk to me at the 40th day. Okay,
Okay,
40th day.
14.
Just talk
Total,
to
how
me.
many days course this
No,
one?
no, no, no,
Sorry,
no, no. Total, I think of 40 hours.
40
This year,
hours,
right?
40.
40 hours, 40 hours. I mean, 40 days we can say. The 40th day, you will tell me that you'll become a performance tester. That just give it to me that one. Okay,
Okay,
definitely
okay.
we learn each and everything.
I need to move performance team, so that's why.
Yep, yep, yep. No issues. I'll take care of that, man.
Okay,
No issues.
thank you, thank you.
And Vinod, you asked me. Okay, Jahid.
I'm good. Thank you. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, thank you,
Setup is
man.
all good. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So remaining people can leave the call only except Rahul and Vinod and K. Be in the call, please.
Okay.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Sir,
Thank you
one more
so
doubt
much.
from my side.
Yes, Cyrus.
Yeah, so also the Java version also dependent on 16-bit, 32-bit of 64-bit.
So you need to check your system configuration. If your system configuration is 64-bit, you need to download Java JDK 64-bit only. But 99.99% we all are using 64-bit only. So blindly download 64-bit JDK version. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, hello Naveen. This is Vinod.
Yes, Vinod.
Yeah, already I installed in Java and JMeter. It's okay. It's working properly. My question is, you told me testers are QA members, but I know who are the QC members in project? I mean, quality control. Who are the members?
Who are the crucial members?
Quality control members. Quality control. QC. QC.
QC.
Yeah.
QA.
Yeah, QA. I know the testers are QA members. Quality
Just a
analyst.
minute. Just a minute. Thank you. Just a minute.